Mafia, the Old Country. This announcement was foretold in the scrolls. It actually was leaked early in the day yesterday, which is too bad because it was rumored it was going to show up. And then when it actually did, everybody was like, oh, wow. But it leaked, so it was a little less exciting than it would have otherwise been. But there are some interesting little tidbits in this. As you can see in the description, check out this new Mafia, the Old Country trailer for the upcoming action-adventure game set in the 1900s. Sicily, years before the first Mafia game and its sequels. Mafia, the Old Country take on the role of a new protagonist called Enzo, who survived a childhood of indentured labor in Sicily's sulfur mines to join Don Torrisi's crime family. Mafia the Old Country will be available on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series consoles in summer of 25. Oh baby, if you don't know me, I am a sucker for Mafia games. Even though they've had some problems, I still love the franchise. I just love the writing and the tone and the art style. I think it's great. Interestingly enough, this game is making a huge change to the formula of old Mafia games. Like a huge change that I think is going to really alter how people play it, how they develop it, which I find thoroughly interesting. So as you can see, this wrap up from Shinobi, Mafia the Old Country takes place in brutal criminal underworld of 1900s Sicily, linear narrative driven focused package Mafia game, meaning they are not doing an open world for this, which historically has been one of the main critiques of Mafia, is that it has an open world, but the open world is often the weakest part of it, which is, you know, a just common problem for those Mafia games is they have it. It's always just empty and uninteresting. It's basically a sandbox in which they place the main story quest, but after you leave the main story quest, there's just nothing to do or see elsewhere. Maybe you go to a tailor and get a new suit, but that's about it. But they're changing it, so now it's going to be linear and it's going to be narrative, a very focused package. They're not going to waste resources on an open world that nobody likes anyways. Will feature dangerous combat systems with high stakes, grounded stealth and gunplay. You play as Enzo, quote, in a time when skill with a stiletto blade was a deadly asset. A Lupar, a sawed-off shotgun, was a go-to firearm. Murderous vendettas raged for decades, and a mafiosi patrolled their protection rackets on foot, horseback, or behind the wheel of turn-of-the-century motor cars. Enzo has survived childhood of indentured labor in their hellish sulfur mines. He gains an opportunity to join the Don Torrisi crime family, swearing that oath means commitment to the Torrisi family code of honor, where family takes sacrifice. It's about the family. So let's see this trailer. Buckle in, buckaroo. In-engine cinematic rendered for trailer. So this is not what the game will presumably look like when actually running. This is pre-rendered, so don't get it twisted.
All of the men in this room are bound by blood. This is a family. And in this family, we follow a code of honor. It is not forgiving. To betray one is to betray all. Do you wish to commit yourself, your life, to this family? I do. To become a man of honor, repeat these words. I swear my loyalty to this family. My flesh must burn like this saint. If I do not keep my oath, welcome, Enzo.
What's the word? Throbbing. That's me right now. Oh baby, I love me some Mafia. I love the writing. I love the vibes. And Mafia Definitive Edition, I still recommend to people all the time. I think that that's really, really well done. And to see this be a prequel to all of that, ooh, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. This is one of those franchises where, like, I obviously can recognize that there are many problems with the Mafia games, whether you look at 1, 2, or certainly 3, which had many problems, certainly at launch. I like the Mafia the Mafia like crime family syndicate genre. I guess, the Mafia genre, the Godfather genre. I just like it. And they're coming out with another one summer of next year. They're going to pinpoint a date, probably a little bit closer. Everybody right now is cautious to pinpoint a date too precisely because they don't want to land next to anything else because next year is so packed. But man, I'm excited, and I'm glad to see that Hangar 13 is still kicking. Hopefully this is good and they are able to pull it off, because I just think like it would have been really, really easy for them to stop existing after Mafia 3. They suffered a lot of extensive layoffs. They had a lot of problems, and then they came back and they came out swinging with Mafia Definitive Edition that apparently did really well and kind of proved to the executives that they still had it. And then they were greenlit to work on this, and now we're actually going to get it. So here we are.